When
You
is
have to be
that? Can you find me
misogynist.
anyone that's ever said that in any form of list max form?
Project it on, so they're acting like such. So when they're acting like it and they're recording it and everyone thinks it's funny, young children, teenage boys like you are going to do the same. They
I
don't
could
have to
see
say
that.
it. Action speaks louder than words.
All right, what actions and such then? Because I still haven't heard of
Okay.
anything anecdotal.
Really, you haven't? I mentioned a couple. Okay, so
You said I feel like they're doing this, and they totally
no, I
act
know.
this way.
I know
Just
they're doing this. Okay, I was never in the community, okay? But I have a phone and I know what goes down, okay? So basically, the real issue is that everyone wants to look one way, and that one way is looking Caucasian because Caucasian is the overall beauty standard in everyone's eyes, which is just not
all right.
true. It's
There's a
not
bit of a
true.
disagreement there.
Okay, but this is not true, and this shouldn't be projected to children, teenage boys,
Okay.
that, Caucasian people are seen as the most, you know, attractive, and if you're not Caucasian, you need to try your best to get to that point. So they might say, oh, get rid of your ethnic nose, like things that make you who you are, like I said before, like your race. They want you to get rid of that. They think it's unattractive. Um, and yeah. Period.
Yeah, I would say most innate culture variation, for example, brow ridges, certain ramus lengths have
Mhm.
nothing to do with the color of your skin. The only thing in specific I could really think of that could separate race in terms of objective looks factors that trans people push would
Mhm.
be uh how slit your eyes are and then your nose. I
Okay.
really can't think of anything else really that doesn't have an ideal that isn't tied to your race. For example, we don't say the thinner the lips, the better. No one says that, but that's a YT people thing.
No, they don't think that.
No, I'm on these forums. I hate to break it to you. No one says the thin lips are best. No one.
Yeah, I know. That's what I just said. No one says that.
Right. Okay. So then, how could it be appealing to specifically Caucasian?
So again, you have to look at their actions. Now, some of them have actually, like the famous looks maxers, they actually go out of their mouth to say things like that. But a lot of them just the way they act. Like a lot of people who, for example, their nose or the way they look is their race, and they say you have to get that changed to appeal to like a Caucasian future. So that's just I'm just basing it off of what they act and what some say because you can't deny some are a little well actually are very racist. Period.
Can I see any? I mean, I don't see the relation between full racism and just saying that you should make yourself look better.
You said you didn't see the difference.
No, I don't see the correlation.
Okay, so their actions and some of them say that Caucasian features is the ideal across the board, when obviously that's not true because there's a lot of
No, I
features.
just told you that that's not true. I mean, we just agreed on
Yeah,
that.
like I said, it's not true, but they still project like the Caucasian is the ideal no matter what, right? So for
I
example,
disagree.
okay, that's fine. I'm gonna give you an example. So a lot of people who are not Caucasian in the community, they face a lot of scrutinization, um, and people bully them in the comments. Now you're probably like, oh, like who cares what people say? But like these people are in the community, and if they're downing on them just because of their race, because they're so used to hearing Caucasian people are better and not used to seeing any other people besides Caucasian in the community, they're gonna hate, and that's not okay.
Well, I'm not going to fully disagree with you here. It is true that many people in the community feel that way, but
Oh,
when we're
oh,
talking about objective factors that people agree on, no. When it comes to things that there's a consensus of, being Caucasian is not one of them.
exactly, and that's why I have a problem. So I get that you're denying it, but this is what's in their heads.
You have a
Okay?
problem. maximizing your looks and looking good?
No, because you don't have to be a part of this community to look good, to be quite frank.
Obviously, the
So,
community says that outright, but you
no,
probably don't do
they
any
don't.
research.
No, all they say is,
I don't think looks maxing is about community. It's just purely about your looks.
well, it
Yeah,
does have a
as
community
a
behind it. Like makeup has a community
Okay, but there's a
behind it.
community
Like
behind
every,
everything.
I
Like that means
understand
you
that.
dislike
So,
community. That doesn't mean you dislike being looking good. Like
I mean,
so,
it's no, not
so
necessarily
not really.
because I don't
Doesn't
separate
that
the
make
two.
sense?
If something has, the only reason why I know of this word is
If you
because of
don't
the
separate the
community.
two, then you're just
David, hold
agreeing
on.
that looks
David, hold
maxing just
on.
doesn't.
David, hold on. So the only reason why I know this name, looks maxing, is from the community. So why would I separate the two if that has to do with it? Because like you just said, or whoever said, you can look good without being in this genre. You can like benefit your looks or whatever without being saying, "Oh, I'm doing looks maxing." You can just say, "I'm just trying to better myself." Like honestly,
So
David,
that means you just dislike the word.
no, I dislike what comes with this word, which is the community and what they project. That's not true. So it's not just
But you just said
benefiting your
you
looks.
separate the community with the word.
No, I said why would I separate it? Because I think they're together. I'm gonna use it together.
But it's not though.
Okay, but then you're going to say that,
That
like,
means you should just change your argument being looks maxing is just like not a good word.
okay,
Because
so I
saying
don't,
bad overall, you're putting overall, you putting community,
I
people
know what I
trying to
did.
look better, like
I know what I
you're
did, and
putting
I'm not going
everything
to change
together.
it.
It just
I
makes
think
you
looks
very
maxing only comes with the
not
community.
intellectual at all.
Okay, well, that's fine, David, with 4 Ds, okay? But I don't have to appeal to you, okay?
So are you gonna say that like the definition itself looks max is bad, or are you just gonna say the community is bad?
So I don't separate, so I'm going to think the whole thing is bad. So the
You don't
community
separate.
stuff,
Whoa, hold on. You're not gonna That's a whole
Yeah.
thing to unpack.
okay, that's fine.
You're saying that the community has to be tied into the definition of something?
I'm not saying something, I'm saying specifically this. Okay, because like I said before, the only reason why I
Wow.
know of this name is because of the community, not on the name alone.
Yeah,
And
have you
that's
been
how
on any of
people
the
know.
websites? Genuine question.
No comment.
Obviously not. So how are you gonna keep doing all this?
And it goes back to me not being educated. Why does it always go back to that? I'm very
Because you're
educated on the
having an
matter.
opinion on something you have nothing like
You don't
about,
know.
really.
Listen, you just came up here, David. You don't know what I have and what I didn't, okay? And me
You
saying no
just admitted that you
comment.
never been on the websites.
No, me saying no comment, which means I don't want to answer, does it's not an answer. It's not a yes or a no, okay?
We can take the inference from it.
Okay, you can take whatever you want, but that's not what I'm
It's like you
saying,
think
okay?
you're talking to like socially unaware people, and it's like really
Then
cringe.
you can
Like,
dip. You raised your hand, and you continue to stay up here, not me. And this is the problem. And this is the problem, no accountability.
How
None.
is this no kind of? You just admitted that you don't know
I
anything
didn't
truly.
say.
Hey
You didn't
guys,
Do you
say
have a
no
clip?
comment.
Do you have a clip?
guys,
Do
guys,
I,
I have a question. Can you, each one
Yeah?
of you, define look maxing?
that's a gotcha question. Looks max technically doesn't have a definition
It
because
certainly
it's a.
does, and I'm gonna pull
No,
it up for you.
It
define
does.
it
Pull
in
up the
your
definition.
term. Define it in
Everything
your
has a
term.
definition.
No one understands the history of this. This is why you have to go on the websites and do your own research.
No, nobody needs
Okay,
to do a whole
I'm just
research
saying
to talk about
define.
something, okay?
Wha-
They can talk
Yeah,
about
you're
it just
totally right.
generally.
That is an amazing sentence, by the way.
Yeah, I know. That's why I said it.
Guys,
Like,
I
do you
just want
think,
you guys to
Angie,
define
give
what
us,
you.
just give a second, okay? Angie, I'm looking this up. Just let me finish for a second, okay?
The history of all of
For
this boils
If
down
you
to
got
that
a
looks.
problem with something, you can speak on it. You don't need to spend like five
Okay,
months
yeah,
researching about
but
it. Like I'm gonna do like
it's
some type
not.
of
Yeah, yeah.
documentary on the
Okay,
subject. I
agreed,
don't need to do
agreed.
all that for. If I have a
Okay,
problem, I can
agreed.
just speak about it.
I'm
Okay?
just basing this off of TikTok and myself. So,
Exactly. So looks maxing is an online subculture and social media trend primarily popular among young men and teen boys dedicated to maximize their physical attractiveness through self-improvement and cosmetic techniques. The practice range from the basic grooming and fitness to the extreme, unapproved or dangerous procedures. Exactly, and that's the little definition of it. And then
All
it
right,
gets
so why don't
into
we dive into
soft
all right.
maxing,
So
blah
a big
blah.
claim you
Oh, I saw
made.
Max.
Listen, something I fully agree with you with is, yeah, obviously you don't have to go to every little nit and pick, this and that about the thing to know enough to make an opinion. However, you're kind of showing here yourself that it's not about going into this 5 months research paper or whatever. It's that you didn't even take 1 second to read about one thing anyone has said on any of those various
How do you
websites
know
or forums.
this? How do you
Because
know
you just
that?
said you didn't.
I
Because you
said
just said
no
you got your information off of
comments.
TikTok. You said you got your
No, I
information off of
didn't.
TikTok.
No, that's what I said.
That's what Angie
And
said.
you
See,
said me
you need to pay.
too.
Okay, but that's not all my
No, because
source.
that's where it's known from.
Well,
Exactly.
let's ask it again. Let's ask it again. Have you
I'm
done?
not responding to that. If I said no comment, that means I'm not answering you. So
I'll
just because I
answer.
say
What is it?
okay, yeah, go. Like I don't need
No,
to
what
answer
was
you
that?
to every question, sweetie. The freak.
So, what's the point of doing this if you're refusing to ask questions to progress in this discussion?
Okay, I can deny one question that I feel like that is no purpose to answer right now because again, it doesn't matter if I know every nook and cranny of what this looks maxing means, okay?
I agree with
I
you on
know
that.
enough to know that a lot of it is bad, okay? And that's why I'm making a podcast about it, okay? So you're not my interviewer to see if I know enough for you to have a conversation with me, because clearly I did. Because you agreed with some things I've said and you disagreed. So clearly you have an understanding of what I'm talking about. So don't go there, because I can go there
Don't
with
go where?
you. Don't say, oh, since you said no comment, which means you don't want to answer a question that you feel like I'm obligated to say to you. That means I just have no idea what's going on, which is just not true. Like, are you serious? And then you're just typing up a storm.
Well, do you
My
guys
keyboard's
think
loud.
look maxing is bad or good?
I'm the one
It's
who
a
made
good
the
thing.
title, so I'm just gonna I know it's bad.
Oh, this is
I do
just
this
full
every day?
engagement bait.
Really?
All right.
I do this every
Okay.
day? Okay.
Yeah, there's no point in speaking to you.
Bye.
Have a good day.
I wish I can
Hey,
say the
everyone, it's
same.
engagement.
Oh,
Alright, let's talk to Angie. So,
yeah.
you said before you did soft maxing. So, can you explain what you feel like is soft maxing and what do you do?
I get 8 hours of sleep. I eat whole foods. I hormone balance myself, and then I do like natural things to make myself look max. That's me. That's my soft
And
maxing.
you are appealing to this word, and you claim that's what you do, correct?
Yeah, I say I look max, even if it's not like the actual like definition. Like it, I think it's look maxing.
Yeah, so this is where I get some of a problem with what you're saying. So, looks maxing isn't just looking better, it's a lot to looks maxing. Like I read it in the description, it can range from whatever you feel like is soft maxing and then just botching your face. So, you know, saying, oh, just me literally taking a bath is looks maxing is just, I mean,
Yeah,
no.
but hear me out. Hear me
No.
out. Hear me out. I think look maxing is maximizing your look.
I know.
Hear me
I
out.
know.
If you get that 8 hours of sleep, that's gonna brighten your face. Not just that acne, like it helps with multiple things. You know,
Yeah.
say for rosemary oil, you know, that grows your hair, and I think that's look maxing because my hair is growing. Same with lashes, castor oil. Like I look max naturally. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah, and again, like before you cut me off, I was saying that I don't feel like you should be applying those things that a lot of people do as looks maxing, because looks maxing isn't just appealing to like whatever you feel like is looking better. It's way more to that. It's way more than what you think. So when you claim you're looks maxing, guess what a person's gonna think? They're probably gonna think you inject yourself with things in your face. They're not going to think you're just taking a bath and putting oils in your hair. They're going to think that you're doing that because it's a lot more that comes with looks maxing. So
Yes.
therefore, right, there's a lot of reasons why people who do those basic things don't claim that they're doing looks maxing because it has a very bad negative concept to the whole
Well,
thing.
let's actually get into peptides. Do you think those
Oh,
are good?
okay. If your doctor says it's okay for you to do, not if you're doing it yourself. So, like if you go to a doctor and they say, okay, yeah, you're fit for the thing, not if you generally just, no. Like, why would you need to do that? Like, that's too much, honestly.
Like for me,
I mean, you can come up here.
Oh, sorry. I would love to do peptides,
Oh, wow.
but
I have joined.
hear me out. Peptides, it's not like most of them are not FDA approved, and they haven't been here in the world long enough to know if they're actually safe. So that's why I'm not doing peptides, but I would love to. Does that make sense? Like, I don't care if I'm doing too much. Like, if they were safe, I would do that.
Yeah, and that's the problem that, you can't just, like, anything that is in looks maxing, like filler and all that stuff, those things are not things you just should just regularly do. That's just so influencing the community. And like the description says, teenage boys are consuming this content. So if they feel like they look disgusting, they're going to do what you said that you're going to do and get filler in their face. They're not going to take a bath because taking a bath is not looks maxing. That's just something you have to do, right? You don't have to. So things you have to do shouldn't be placed under looks maxing.
Objection.
What?
Kindly. Objection.
What do you want?
So respectfully lower your tone, okay? This is a respectful argument, everyone.
You're the one who cut me
everyone
off.
on the same.
You need to show the same respect.
Okay, so how
and
about we
you're
both
doing the
respect each
same.
other?
All right, so before
anyways,
saying I object, can you say, excuse me, I would like to say something right here, because it's more cleaner.
All right, let's restart it. All right, so continue yapping.
Goodbye. I don't have time for people like this. Literally. Okay, Angie,
What's your point, Midnight Dea?
my point is that looks maxing is bad overall because what it projects to teenage boys and what it projects to people who generally don't need the advice. Like,
Yeah,
you
but
don't
what
need.
okay, this is like off topic, but what if like I want to get a boob job?
A boob job?
That has nothing to do with looks maxing. Like, as a
It
whole.
is because it.
Yeah, she got cut.
You let Fagali power you again?
No,
Do you apologize?
I don't care.
Wow.
One strike, you're out, not two. I mean, not three more. Two more. Do you want to say something?
You're coming off a little rude there.
Well, what if I say, when you're talking, I object very loudly, and then say, continue with your yapping? Like, do you find that disrespectful, or you find that completely okay?
I mean, it's not that deep.
It doesn't matter if it's not deep. I don't need a debate with somebody who does that stuff. Like, what?
You didn't even get to the debate. I feel like you're a little
I said
scared.
I don't need to debate, not, oh, we're in a debate. But if you want to go down with him because you need the support, you can do that too. Or I can put you down. Honestly.
I don't know. You're coming off a little rude.
Yeah, and you're doing the same. I don't need looks maxing, that's the problem. I don't need none of that stuff. I'm good on my own. I don't need a community of men to tell me what surgery I should get because they feel like I'm not a 10 out of 10. I'm good on that. I'm great. But anyways, where I was going that... Yikes. Okay, she is a silly, silly young lady. I mean... Because I got 7 hours of sleep. Yeah. He's a whole different animal. 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 It is what it is. She's a whole different animal. Right, I'm not gonna pull one thing that I do without being in the community and say this one thing, this one goal that everyone is different, but they're trying to put everyone in the same box for, and they criticize if you're not in the same, if you don't want to go to the same box as them, is good, right? Because I can say the idea of like, I don't know, mass genocide is good because it gets a lot of negative, well, not negative, it gets a lot of people gone, okay? And the world needs to get a lot of people gone so it can sustain life. I can say that's good, but the whole idea, I mean, the whole thing setting up to it's not. Hello. I don't play games. You want to play games?
Yeah.
I don't play games. You want to play games?
Okay.
No, we don't play games here. We don't play games. Little girl or whatever you are, Daniel.
Alright, what's up, yo? You there?
Oh, hi.
Oh, yeah, so like, how's looking just gonna be bad? What's gonna make it bad?
So, the whole idea of looks maxing is to basically appeal to Caucasian features and to get
Yeah, no, it's
surgery
not. Okay,
plan.
we're off to like already a racist claim. Yeah, great.
Can
Okay.
you let me finish, please, before you go and interject anything? Okay? So,
got you,
like
yeah,
I
go
said
ahead.
before, and I'm going to elaborate if you allow me, it is projecting to young audiences, which are primarily teenage boys and some teenage girls, a surgery plan and a Caucasian phenotype as the best looking overall. So, for example, if you're not Caucasian, you need to try your hardest to look Caucasian. Other than that, then you will never be a 10 out of 10. And the
Yeah, that's just
surgery
not the
plan,
ideology. So like, what ideology are you taking it off of?
I mean, it definitely is. It
What do you
definitely
mean
is.
definitely? So what's like the grounding for that? What's gonna be like where do you find the ideology of that from?
So I get a collection of data in the community, obviously, and I look at what they view because they have a copy and paste of what they view attractive, like the general standard,
Yeah, so
and it's
attractiveness
all
is gonna be
Caucasian.
subjective, right? What's wrong with finding
I
like
know,
someone
that's the
attractive and
problem.
Caucasian?
It's subjective, but they want these
Wait,
people to
you
be
think
copy and
you
paste, to
think
have the
just something being
same
subjective is a
eyebrows, the
problem?
same nose, the same jaw, the same hair. Like it's not different.
Wait, you think why do you pull rejectivism then?
Why do I appeal to who?
Why do you pull rejectiveness? Like why do you pull to that?
I don't uphold to that. I think it is
Yes, but
subjective. That's the
what's wrong
problem.
with attraction being like subjective? Like for me,
No,
I just
I
wouldn't view it.
agree. It is subjective. So having this objective framework of this is how
It's
it's
not
supposed to be
objective,
no matter
subjective. What are
what.
you on about?
Okay, so I guess you don't see that part of the community, unfortunately. So I don't
What are you
know.
talking about? The whole ideology of looks maxing is to get better at looking good. You can
I
be a
understand
black
that.
male and still look good. You're
No,
just
I
using racist
yeah, that's the
people.
problem. That's the problem right there.
So
So
what's the point of
again,
black people looking good?
so you're saying stuff that I already agree with, but in the community, what they base the ideal man or woman is not black, and that's the
Yeah, so it's gonna
problem.
be generalization, right? So again, there's always gonna be people that are shopping like
Whatever it is, this is a problem because this
yeah,
is in the
because yeah,
community.
well that is gonna be a problem. Yeah, because like one person thinks like that this shouldn't be correct, it means it's gonna change the whole religion, right? Oh, it's not a religion, but you know what I mean.
I
Let's say
mean,
you're
it
let's say you're
does.
like hold on. Let's say you're like a Marvel fan, right? You're in a Marvel fan club. And the one guy in your Marvel fan club thinks
Hmm.
Batman is better than anything, right? Batman's better than Marvel. Does that mean Marvel, the whole Marvel fan club, just gonna be a whole fan of like Batman now? No, because one person thinks the opposite of what the ideology is,
It's
doesn't mean
not
that whole
one. It's
ideology
a
is gonna
lot
be
of
changed.
people. It's a
That's what
lot
you're
of
basing
people.
your argument off of. That's just gonna be a fallacy. It makes no sense.
Okay. So it doesn't make any sense to you because I barely even said anything. So all I said was just list why I think this. I didn't even give you
Yeah,
like,
so your claim was the reason why it's
yeah,
just
let
gonna
me
be bad is
finish.
because
No,
you're
I know what
basing
my claim
the
was,
looks off
dude.
of like
I know what my
Caucasians.
claim
It's
was.
not gonna be like
Okay,
wrong for them.
so let me give you examples. That's would have been the next thing you gave me. Like, give me an example instead of just say, "Oh,
Like
this is a
is like
fallacy."
a slimmer nose is gonna be
You want an
like
example? I can give you an example.
I don't need examples. I'm just
Then you
proving
can
the
leave.
why do I need
You're not even trying to see what I have. You just hear my statement and then you just automatically label it with nothing. You're not even trying to see where I'm getting this from. That's the problem with Look Smashing community. That's the problem right there. You're the problem. Um, Yo, Din, do you want to unmute your mic or no? Or do you want to stay fragment? I'm not mad. I'm actually quite happy that you're gone, so I don't have to talk fast so you can hear me. Very happy. Okay, I guess you don't want to come up here and say anything. That's okay. Um, it's a whole different animal. I'm not gonna put a fucking description. Probably I should.
Hello?
Did you really not hear me? Are you serious?
I'm serious.
Did you not hear what I said to you moments ago?
Yeah, you guys were
Are you,
taking
oh,
some time, so I decided to
oh,
interfere a
okay.
bit.
Okay. So, are you part of the look smaxing thing?
I'm like 1 foot in, 1 foot out.
Okay, so why are you 1 foot into that terrible scope of things?
Okay, for two reasons. First one is obviously to improve my looks, but the second is to like educate educate other people. Like I'm trying to convert them out of it because um to be fair, it's really saturated with young insecure boys who are still in like puberty and they're comparing themselves to like supermodels, which uh which is really bad for their mental health when they should be focusing on their like education or whatever. So that's why I engage in that so I can like find people and help them.
Okay. Wow. Um, so how are you going to help them but also still being in the same position that they are in?
Well, it's because like I don't
Yeah.
really like I believe some of it. Like I believe that looks matter a lot and much more than uh people put it to be. But
Yeah, but looks matter, but not to the point where you need to change your physical features to appeal to strangers in any
I
format.
think in this day and age it kind of does. And
Oh, wow.
yeah. Yeah, I mean as long as like okay, surgery is really great for me depending on the type of surgery. Like
Juju?
no, of course not. I'm 16.
What? What are you talking about?
Surgery, like
Oh,
surgery
okay.
is kind of gray. It's a gray area.
So, this is a problem, but continue.
But I'm saying like if
Mm-hmm.
you do your skincare and like you sleep well and you do your myofunctional therapy, you drink your water, I don't think there's any harm in that. Like a bit of insecurity is what's gonna get you to grow. And that's for everything.
So you're telling me the basic things that everyone do all over the world, like washing their hair and going to sleep, is a part of looks maxing?
Yeah. But I think like people go to sleep so because of like survival, but the looks maxing community, they just view it as a means to grow. So I guess it's just for it's at the same
Okay,
time.
so this is where we run into problems because the looks maxing community isn't just what you claimed it was, which you also stated like going to sleep and washing your hair or whatever, skincare, whatever you said. Those have nothing to do with looks maxing community because looks maxing community or the looks maxing isn't just that. It's a whole different lot of things ranging from um, cosmetic surgery to peptides to filler. So I'm just finding it hard that you think that going to sleep is a part of looks maxing. Just because it fits like the idea of like, oh, looking good, but just because someone looks good, that doesn't mean you have to say, oh, they're doing looks maxing things. They just look good. Because you
Yeah,
can
well,
look good without, associating yourself with the looks maxing thing. You can look good. And it has been done before.
yeah, well, the, I'd say the people who take filler and peptides, like it's very extreme. Like
You
I
would think.
like yeah,
You
well, I
think that would
see
be.
a lot of like attractive people on a daily basis,
Oh,
and
really?
I
You
can
do?
tell immediately. Pardon?
No, continue, please.
Like, when I see attractive people, like I see a lot of
Yeah.
them, you can immediately tell when someone is a looks maxer because looks maxing
No, you
is
can't,
associated
dude.
with you can you can tell because looks maxing has this like this unwritten rules. It has this culture. Like they have this hierarchy
They have
and
a culture?
they have these
They have culture? Really?
yes,
Oh,
they have culture.
okay. Wow.
That's why it's called looks maxing culture, right?
No, it's not. It's just called looks
Then what's
maxing.
it called?
The looks
Well,
maxing
looks maxing
community,
isn't a
if
it's not a
someone's addressing
dictionary
them.
word.
Um, it probably is in the dictionary, actually, because there is a definition of it, so it's probably based in some type of
Well,
dictionary.
I don't think there's okay. Moving on from that,
So,
still.
wait, can I just respond to that? Or no? Am I
Yeah.
not? So the looks maxing isn't bringing things new to the table. That's the point I'm trying to make. So you claiming things, right? Like what you stated before that I'm not going to rename. Those things already existed prior to the looks maxing community or looks maxing idea. So you're putting like things that already existed prior, associating with this new word term, which is looks maxing, is way overdue because going to sleep and doing peptides are three different things. So I wouldn't even associate going to sleep as a part of looks maxing, okay? And also, um, having a good jawline, this is what people just like in general. The looks maxing community did not make up this new rules to what to look, the ideal standard. They're getting it from somewhere, right? This is where everyone's
No.
kind of preference is, sorta. So having bushy eyebrows or having a good jawline, this is not just associated only with the looks maxing community. It could be, it existed prior, dude. So I don't know how you can see a looks maxer and you think that's something you could do.
Well, I
Fortunately.
can because I'll
Right.
name you the right now.
So you see a strange boy and you're like, oh, he's looks maxing. He's definitely a looks maxer.
Yeah, definitely. I have had my experience. You can tell. You can
Wait,
definitely
the
tell.
looks maxing I'm referring to is like the community. Are you referring to the community or just like look good?
The community, yeah. Like when the community produces somebody that like looks good in like their opinion, I can obviously tell that they're a looks maxer and not just somebody who's naturally beautiful.
Wait, you said something very interesting. You said someone who's naturally beautiful. So you think people who are in this community are not naturally beautiful? And you are like, what do you
No, because
like? Why would
there's looks maxing beautiful and there's natural beautiful. You can be both, but not at the same time. For example,
How do you know? You can look at someone's face and think, oh, they're not naturally beautiful, but they're still attractive. How can you do that?
well, it's the same with makeup, right? Like, obviously, can find someone with makeup attractive, but I wouldn't acknowledge that it's natural.
Oh, we're talking about men. So, I mean, they can
Well,
wear
men wear
makeup, but
makeup.
like not in the same aspect as women. Like you would probably not tell if a man's wearing makeup rather than a
Well,
girl.
women can wear snacks as well, but I guess
Yeah, but it's
I'll
way more
consider
obvious.
it part of it. Yeah. I agree.
Okay, so do you think European people are typically the more attractive on average in America?
The what people?
Your race?
My race?
Yeah.
Like East Asian?
Oh, oh, never mind. Caucasian, white.
I'm not Caucasian, but um, I'd say um, I'd say on average, maybe by a tiny margin, because like from an objective standpoint, and not like you look at someone's face and that you think they're attractive. It's more like their face has attractive features. For example, Caucasians, if you trace their roots back to like when they were a secluded race, like the foods they would eat, their lifestyle and their habits, it would give them like for example, an acute forehead or long eyelashes or a strong jawline, which is like a low gonial angle and
So just to
long
sum
facial
that
features.
up, do you think that Caucasian people are more attractive in America?
Than who?
Just the overall, like the most
Than
attractive race
Black, Asian, Latino,
than
indigenous
any other
combined.
race, than any other race. Do you think so?
Um,
Wow, you're thinking about it. Wow.
Hello.
I think so. I
Hello.
think so.
Oh, okay. So let me tell you
Uh,
why that's. So let me tell you something real fast. Hold on, little girl, for a second. So people think just
little
like.
who?
Little girl.
Okay, speak.
So
It's a
people
deep
in the
voice,
looks.
little.
I know. People think, well, a lot of people think in the looks maxing community that Caucasian people are the most attractive, just point blank period, no matter what, which is obviously not true. So
Well,
when
I'm
this
gonna
is being
see what it.
projected, hold on, when this is being projected to little kids, even if it was true, right? There's the whole world isn't Caucasian. There's some people who are not, okay? Like me, you, and the little girl are not Caucasian, okay? So just
Girl's
that being
Caucasian. Look
pushed,
at her skin.
hold on, hold on. That being pushed is not okay because then that means that if you're a different race, like you're not going to be attractive because you're not Caucasian. So that being pushed, because that used to be pushed back in the day, and it's not true, obviously. That's not okay to be pushed to
It's
people. Maybe
exaggerated.
you can keep it to yourself, but don't push it
Oh,
out to other people, especially little boys, because that can get dangerous.
I mean, yeah, I guess, but I think it's
What do you mean? Yeah, I
like
guess. I
it's such
mean,
a
you don't think so?
it's such a
I
small
mean,
margin that it's like almost negligible. Like obviously,
what? Yo,
like
wait, repeat what you just
oh,
said.
I
What do
said
you
the
mean?
margin that the average white person has more attractive features than any other race
No,
is
I
excuse me.
actually looked
such a
at the
small
statistic and it's not even true in America.
what
So the race that's more attractive is mixed
I didn't say
people.
attractive. I said it has more attractive features. Like you
What's the
can be
difference between
unattractive.
attractive features and attractive? What's the difference?
Harmony.
Girl, what even is that? That's what I mean, okay? What do you mean harmony?
He means
Does
facial harmony.
Facial
I
harmony.
Okay, well,
That's why a lot of people think Jungkook is really attractive,
who was
even though
that? I need
because
somebody
What
to
does he have to
buy.
do with this?
Exactly, get him out of
it's
here.
because
BTS.
well, let me explain. It's because he has
BTS,
many
hashtag
fingers.
BTS disband.
I'm not BTS fan. I know
Yes,
three
he
songs.
is.
Okay.
As I was saying, bro, Jungkook's like top 10 like
Not to
most
me.
famous Asians
No, it's
today.
Jimin.
Whatever. But as
Why
I
are
was
we
saying,
bringing up
that's
K-pop?
why people consider him attractive, even
But
though
you just said that
he has
Caucasian
features.
people have more good facial harmony, whatever that means. And then you bring up a Korean
No,
boy.
they don't.
And then you did. I asked you, in
I
America, do you
didn't say
think
that,
Caucasian
boy.
people are usually the most attractive? And you said, and it took you a long time to answer, but you said yes.
Yeah, because I said they have more attractive features, objectively. Like, obviously,
The only
if someone,
actually
yeah.
possible answer would be that the majority of people in America are Caucasian people.
Clock that T,
But
clock that
even
T.
so,
I don't
but
think
even so, every race has its unique features, and that's what makes each person, each individual different.
Exactly.
And not everyone has a good face harmony. Not everyone has the perfect face, but that doesn't mean it's good because it shows that they're different in their own way. You don't have to change your whole face. You don't have to bone match in order to look appealing. I'm
Anyways,
sorry.
so
What does he have to do with this? What is it,
he just loves
that guy?
Jungkook, whatever his name is. I don't even
Exactly,
know.
whatever. Bro, K-pop sucks, bro.
No, it does not.
I'll agree with you.
So bad.
You
It
didn't hear
is so.
twice.
It's like actual, like, it makes my ears bleed.
Okay. So the reason why I was mentioning this Caucasian thing is because in the looks maxing community, the Caucasian, just being Caucasian is simply enough in the community, right?
That's
There's a lot of
crazy. That's
there
like, that's
there's a
like
lot of
straight up
racism.
racism.
I know, it's a lot of racism in the community, and a lot of famous looks maxers, they literally say racist stuff, and they're like, yo, like, they're black or whatever the case may be, and it's just like they're teenage boys in this community, and that being in teenage is a child, so that being pushed to little kids, which a lot of little teenage boys are in the community, it's not okay and it's not right, period. What? Can you please stop typing your little things in the chat? Like, I don't
No,
want to
I
hear.
do believe that
Oh.
we have to kill Cookie King, though. We have to, like, sacrifice him.
I
No,
forgot
like,
that
Andrew
guy's name
Janik,
that
like,
deserves.
definitely, like,
What's this guy? Is his name? No, is his name Lucky or not? It's this guy that goes around wearing an American cape, shirtless, and goes to women and say you're not dressing out modest.
yeah, bro, like, those
What?
people are so weird, bro. Like, going up to, like, random
They
girls
go
in, like, night
around
outfits,
and
bro. Those are, like, going out
yeah.
outfits, man. That's what they feel comfortable with. And I feel like if we nitpick what other people wear, then that just doesn't make us look any better. But the point is that I'm no longer in the US. I'm not sure. Have you seen that, bro? Andrew Janik. Sorry, I'm kind of in the. I can't say like I'm in the
Are
community,
you
but
are
bro,
you
it's so funny.
acoustic?
So all I know
Why?
about Andrew Janik is that he got hair
What the
loss.
frick is
He
wrong
got
with this
promoted
guy?
to-
Dude, he
Okay.
gets hair bogged all the time, bro. He's literally balding at like in his
Yes,
20s.
same with like ASU fat kid, bro. He got hair.
We're not hearing this. We're not hearing none of that right now. We're not going to hear the slub coming out of your mouth about what you feel like in the looks maxing community, like these looks maxers. No one wants to hear that, okay?
Yeah, I wanted to say that looks maxing is a net positive, I think.
It's a what?
I think looks maxing is a net positive. Like the pros outweigh the cons.
I can say the same about your hair, but the other way around. Oh,
Huh?
sorry.
What?
Oh.
No, looks maxing is literally disgusting. So can you tell me like 4 positives and 4 negatives in the looks maxing community?
Looks maxing, it builds self-confidence. It helps people with self-improvement. It's also led some people to have better hygiene, and it also
Really?
helps
Wow.
it helps people with desirability when finding a partner.
Okay, and what's the 4 negatives?
I'd say some negatives
Quiet on the
are-
creek. What you know about that? Sorry.
I'd say some negatives are like, while some people gain security from that, some people like they gain insecurity from that. Like say they had bad genetics or something.
I mean, what is a bad genetic, honestly?
Like bad genetics would be just something that you can't really change, that you're kind of born with, and it's just not really attractive objectively.
So a bad genetic is what people find attractive, not if it generally affects your way of life?
No,
Is that what it is?
Bad genetics are found unattractive.
No, bad genetics is it will like impede on your survival. That's what it would mean, not your attractiveness. When someone says I have bad genetics, that means like I probably have like high blood pressure or something. They're not gonna say, my nose is too big or something.
Genetics involves both the act of survivability and passing off your genetics to your offspring.
Jesus, June, can you please get out of here? You're sick.
You will not be able to find a mate if you have bad genetics.
A mate, bro. What is this? What are you talking about?
You can't like the whole act of being an animal is to survive and preserve your species through reproduction, and you cannot reproduce if you have bad genetics.
So you think cutting the corners of your eyelids is going to do the trick?
Cutting the corners of your eyelids is made to make you appear more attractive in terms to help you find a mate.
What'd you say?
You don't have to do that, but if you want to, you can. That's the whole thing. You get the choice of doing that.
Who the hell is eating something? I need somebody. Hold on.
I mean, as long as you're not hurting yourself, it's not something bad.
Somebody like
the
you?
community of looks maxing is toxic. It pushes out
Yes,
toxic
it very is.
ways of thinking by bringing down people so that they can show off.
Exactly.
Some people that have better appearances, okay, physical appearances, just so that they bring people down with this and they make people feel insecure.
And yeah, can I also say something?
Yeah.
Do you guys like men?
No, we're doing this to get men.
Okay, so this is coming from an expert at that, okay? No girl has ever told somebody, I want a guy with a chiseled jawline, and that's what I prefer. No one has said this. So I don't know, like, who you're doing. Like, no girl has ever expressed that, because usually there's more girls dating, like, the less attractive men than the other way around. So, to be honest, you wouldn't have a hard time, to be honest.
Do you like guys or girls?
No comment.
Why?
Why? It's not about me. I'm not the one doing the looks maxing.
Because if you like guys or girls, then I'd like to ask, like, name an attractive guy or an attractive girl.
So an attractive girl is probably Nicki Minaj.
And what makes her attractive?
Her personality.
Are you pro-Trump by any chance?
No, I was just literally about to say I don't do that. I was literally about to say I don't do that.
Oh.
Okay.
Oh, they got cut.
What about her personality is attractive?
Well, I always liked Nicki Minaj. She was my first person I looked up to. So, yeah.
So how does that correlate with attraction? Like,
Because you need to, first thing you need to have is confidence in what you do. Because if you don't have it, you're not good.
Oh, do you perhaps have? Does she perhaps have a Republican doctor?
like, oh.
I mean, I don't. So, first of all, don't do that right now.
Don't do what? How is her personality attractive?
No,
We're
what she
talking
used to
about-
be. I'm talking about when she used to be, not when she's literally 40 years old. She doesn't even do anything anymore. She just sits up in her house. I'm talking about 11 years ago, which you weren't
Yeah,
alive at
but
that time.
That guy
So,
did not ask you personality-wise. He asked you about
oh,
looks.
well, I think it's because of I don't know. I can't
So,
tell
like,
you.
It's like, what's the aspect of her personality that's attractive to you?
No comment. First of all, I should be asking you guys these questions. So listen.
We're listening.
So, what guy do you find attractive?
I like girls.
Yeah, but don't you guys, like, in the looks maxing community, don't you guys, like, oh, like, I find this guy the ideal man because of his facial harmony,
Dream girl
right?
will ask you.
There is no
Right?
ideal man otherwise. that
Oh,
would be
yes,
like
there is.
someone who's genetically perfect, and that's impossible.
Well, you never met that person before. And I
No,
definitely
it-
know they're not in the looks maxing community. Nothing's funny, little children. This is serious. And meat. You know what they do to people like you in the community? Why are you still in it?
Because I'm a more attractive man, and I've had
Bro.
a lot more luck with getting females because of it.
Females? What kind of female? A dog?
What that mean?
I
What kind of
assure
female are you
you're not
talking about?
ending up with these arguments.
Females.
Huh?
Human females that are my age that go to my school.
Just say girls. Don't say females because I'm thinking
Being
like, what do
in
you
the
mean?
looks maxing community doesn't mean that you want to have a trying a freaking table jawline. Does not mean you
Exactly.
want-
Trust me, it's not.
Exactly. Then why are you counting us as the people in the looks maxing
Wait,
community?
what?
that take
What
it
are you
too
talking
extreme?
about?
Like what do
What do
you
you mean? What are you talking about? What are you talking about?
Clock that T, June. Clock that T. Actually, clock that T. Wait, you're right. Wait, what? What'd you say?
What do you think looks maxing is?
Giving teenage boys a surgery layout at the age of 14. That's what I think it is.
Okay, no. Alright.
Oh.
Looks maxing is literally
That's
just
not-
an act of making yourself look more appealing to people that you're attracted to.
No,
Surgery?
it's not.
Surgery is considered hard maxing, and certain exercises.
But
you
it's
can do
still looks maxing, a part of it, right?
There's also
Yeah.
part of look maxing that does not involve surgery and just involves personal improvement and just improving your habits to make your face look better.
Do you think going to sleep is a part of looks maxing?
Yes, it is. Getting 8 hours a day.
Oh my god. Do you
Getting
think
8 hours
do you
a
think
day will
brushing your hair is looks maxing?
Yes, it's self-improvement.
Bro. Do you think
Just the bare minimum
do you think
stuff that
cutting
do
do you
to
think
make
cutting your
yourself
eye
look more appealing?
do you think cutting your eyelids in the corner of your mouth and sticking a needle in your
That is
nose
something
is looks
very different.
maxing? Oh, now it's
You're-
different.
no,
Oh,
you're
now it's
comparing-
different.
You're comparing,
Okay.
You're comparing sleep.
First of all, little girl, I
body
thought you said
needs.
that you weren't a part of the looks
What little
maxing.
girl?
Let me tell
You.
What?
All right.
What are you
bro.
talking to?
Yes, that is a part of look maxing.
Oh, it
but I
is.
promise
Oh, okay.
There is less than like 0.1% of look maxers actually do that. Because the only guy who's cut his mouth.
Bro, who does that? That's not the average
I can
looks
pull up.
maxer.
I can pull up like 60 million videos right now.
Oh my god, yeah, go for it.
60
Wait,
million
hold on.
is a hyperbole, and
60
that's
million.
no heuristic.
I'm just saying that I have a lot of evidence to show you, okay? And it's
Okay,
not from
Okay,
that
but that's
one, and it's not
online.
from that one Asian person either, okay? Listen, this is in your community, so it doesn't matter if famous look smackers are doing it. It matters who was doing it behind closed doors, who don't have social media platforms, which is these teenage little boys. You don't know what they do, not do.
I know
They
no.
take
I
it from
don't know
this.
any teenage
Let's just say
boys
it's like
that cut
a
their eyelids.
1.5 million likes on
Neither do
somebody
I.
cutting the sides of their mouth. Let's do
Were
it
they
too.
the Joker?
We're in times where people are very aware at a young age about what is
No, they're not
what
aware
is
if they're in this
satire and what
community,
is not.
sweetie.
They know. They know.
No, they're not.
You're at the same age as
Pride.
14-year-old boys, so
Excuse
please,
you?
you should know.
What'd you just say?
No, excuse you. You know what I said. You're
And
here
I don't want to hear it again.
You're here comparing the bare minimum, getting 8 hours of sleep, to cutting your eyelids
No,
or the
that's
corner
what
of
they.
your mouth. This
That's
is
the
unfair.
problem. That's
You're
the
putting
problem.
two
Two
different
what?
ends. You're comparing two
It's they
polar
literally
opposite things.
associate the both. The meat guy who's literally I'm not even gonna say that. He literally just said, yeah, that's in the community. Sleeping and cutting the corners of your mouth is a part of look smacking. It's so broad. You see?
Yes, yes. The entire act
See,
of
look at
lip-smacking
him.
is trying to make yourself look more appealing to the people that you're attracted
How are you gonna
to.
look appealing cutting the sides of your mouth? I'm
No one
sorry.
does that. No one does that.
Why are you only
That's
watching
No
ridiculous.
average look smaxer does that. What are
Really?
you talking about?
Are you the average?
nothing.
Or are you the minority?
I'm the average.
Oh, okay. Well, listen, the videos are out there, so I mean, you're gonna eventually find it
You
one
were
day.
probably like mentioning
are you
like
going
the
to say- are you going to say that
0.01% of
look
that community.
You've called look smacking a net negative because of the probably around.
I
Like,
said it's
10
bad
people.
overall.
Yeah, you said bad overall means a net negative. Like in total, it's negative.
No,
You've
it's
called
not
it a
even.
net negative because.
Why are you
of
getting
the
so
small-
angry?
Do you think
No.
it's bad that men self-improve?
I think it's bad that men are telling little teenage boys a surgery plan at the age of 15 and what they
No
should
one's
look
doing that.
like before they even hit puberty. I think that's bad because everyone looks different, and what they place, they literally have sub 3 to Chad. They all look the same. It's not different for different
No.
ethnicities. It's nothing like that. So they want these little boys to follow the same thing, look the same, copy and paste when they're not. And that's not a good thing that you should just put out to young children, that everyone should look the same. And if you don't look the same, you need to get surgery or commit self-harm. That's not okay.
If you actually knew anything about look smacks, you'd know 50% of the stuff that you said is wrong.
Really? Which part?
You have to be
The
knowledge
part
on
where
this.
you said that everyone ends up looking the same because there's different archetypes based on race and facial structure.
I
Thank
know,
you,
that's the
thank you.
problem.
You
That
know
I literally
nothing.
just said everyone looks different. They're having this, they're projecting this one look to everyone. I literally just
Not
said that.
true.
You're projecting
Not
different
true.
looks based off your archetype of facial structure and your features.
Like I'll give you an example. Like haircuts matches your facial structure. Like they'll give you different kind of haircuts. Like let's say like you have more of like
Yeah, but they don't give the same haircut to every guy, do they? No.
Yeah, no, they don't.
Yeah, that's what they do in the community.
No,
There's
they do
one
not.
general look. There's
They
one.
do not do that.
They literally put people in categories, like how attractive they are, because it's based off of this one ideal look. That's the only reason.
That's not true.
What do you mean? I guess you've never been there yet.
And that ideal look is
What?
physically impossible to reach.
How would you know?
Are you?
Oh my goodness. Listen, the problem is that you guys agree and then disagree. You need to pick a side. Do you think it's bad or do you not?
Where
Because
did
if
you get
you're
that
willing to
from?
accept that, are you willing to say sleeping, something that everyone does, is all of a sudden looks maxing and cutting the sides of your mouth? Are you
Yeah, no,
are you
sleeping
okay
is a
saying that out
healthy
of your
habit.
mouth? Like if I said that
Yeah.
out of my mouth, I'd be like, what the frick is wrong with me? Why do I am in this community that thinks things like this? Because they do.
You've made a blank
But this is the
statement with
problem.
You're comparing something to something like most looks
Oh my
maxers like sleep 8 hours. No, let me speak. Most looks maxers sleep like 8 hours. That's like bare minimum right there. That's a healthy amount of sleep. You are literally comparing to like to an act that they do that probably like 0.01% of that
But
community
this
does.
action has
Who
been
cuts
around
their
since the
mouth?
crack of dawn.
Exactly.
Why are you
Like
saying things that
what?
everybody does is a part of this looks maxing? Because looks maxing, you know why people don't like it? It's because of what you guys do. Y'all are dangerous. They don't want to be
What
associated with
I
looks
do?
maxing. When I go to
Saying
sleep,
What I
people,
do?
telling people to sleep
twice a
at night
day,
is
when I
dangerous.
go to sleep twice a week, I don't want to say I'm doing looks maxing. That has nothing to do with looks maxing. So you're putting things that already existed to this new phrase, looks maxing, and it's not right. Because that will include everything that comes with looks maxing.
the act of helping the human race flourish by helping more people find
Really?
mates
Oh no, this is
is
not helping
not
nothing.
a net negative.
Listen, this is the problem. You three gentlemen, or the little girl, I'm not sure. You three
Little girl, what?
people, you
Look,
three people, you guys
nah.
need, listen, you guys need other men to help you feel better. You can't do that on your own. Like people
I
can do
have
that
What do
on
you
their
How
mean,
own.
much
you
should we
people?
listen to
What
What do
you,
you
Let me
mean, you
finish.
people?
Jonathan?
Let me
What do you mean, you
finish.
people?
See, I'm gonna mute you, Garfield, because you're just doing too much. Honestly. So again, you guys need a community to make yourself feel better, because you can't find the confidence on your own to look good. You need other people, right? Normal people, they don't need help to figure out who they are. They find it on their own. But you need people to tell you what you feel like supposed to look like at the age of 16. That's not right. You shouldn't do that. Okay? Therapy patients are wrong for getting help. Therapy doesn't help nobody. So yeah, they are wrong.
So I'd like to say that I'm not looking for people to tell me how I'm supposed to look.
Then why are you in the community? You can achieve that on your own, can't you?
What
Yes.
do you think the community is?
I think it's full of insecure, under the age of 20 little boys. That's what I think.
Literally
Oh.
anyone in the world has insecurities. You're bringing it.
Yeah,
You're
but
bringing it
it's
to
wrong
attention
to
that
base it onto the younger generation. That's not right.
Wait. Can you please let me talk? I want to say, is the act of trying to make yourself look more appealing so you can find a partner something exclusive to only people under the age of 20?
Say that one more
How-
time. You sound
how
ridiculous.
is no.
It's trying
The
to make
create
yourself more attractive, something only people under the age of 20 do.
You can be attractive without being a part of the looks maxing community. It's been done 1,000 times prior, okay? That's the
What?
problem. You think looks maxing is just literally bettering yourself. No, that's different.
it is better.
People don't
is.
associate themselves with looks maxing because of all the negatives that comes with it. Okay?
The only negatives
The
that you
negatives.
that come
Like
with
if
it
I take
are-
a substance that I get from the hospital, am I all of a sudden like the same people on the street who are homeless? No, we are different. So
Can you
you're
repeat what you
saying you're basically applying looking good to everyone, right? When everyone does things differently and not everyone does the same things like looks maxing. So you can't do that because it's not right. And by the way,
Oh, here we
people
go.
just don't date you because of the way you look.
I have
Unless
a
you
Yes, they do. Yes,
Unless-
they do.
hold on. Hold on.
Yeah. I like
Hold on.
personality.
Can you stop? Let me finish. What makes them is the personality, okay? Unless you're like trying to get an older person, then they would care about only your looks. But if you're not, they don't care about that. I don't know who the people you be meeting that only cares about that. Honestly,
No,
because go ask
looks.
your mom. Go ask your mom. I'm pretty sure your dad is like really unattractive. So ask your mom, why did you pick my dad? And she's gonna say, oh, because he's funny. That's what she's gonna say.
Looks get you through the door. Personality keeps you in the house.
Parents literally
Girl,
lie.
stop saying
like,
that.
What? You think,
Parents
you think,
lie?
Okay, you
Oh,
think,
wow.
you think your parent would say, "Oh, your dad was just so hot." That's weird. Like what?
Yeah, they would if that was true. Clock that T.
They would not say. Oh my God, you're so insufferable. Okay, wait, hold on. Let me what was I gonna say?
Because your looks fade, but will your personality?
No, but it's like you don't have a chance to show off your personality if you're ugly. It's just that simple. They won't give you the time
Exactly,
of day to show.
June.
That's so true. That's actually really true. I'm gonna tell you this right now. Would you date? Okay, assuming you like
Here we
men,
go.
would you date a 300-pound, 5'2" chud that lives in his mom's basement,
Probably.
bro?
Would you?
I'm not even gonna say anything.
Because you literally live with your mom, and I'm pretty sure you're over 200 pounds. So,
No,
what's different?
I'm not. I'm not.
Don't lie to yourself now.
Okay, now you're just like you're just being mean. Like you're just
I'm being mean. Oh. Two men and they both 5'2". What? Listen, my husband, my pride and oh, he's not the attractive, and you know why I drove 7? Well, not I'm driving, but I used to take an 8-hour 7, maybe in 10 if I'm just slacking off. It's because of who he is.
Hello.
Good evening.
Yo.
Hey, Eddie.
Yo.
Are you okay?
Yeah. I just wanted to ask, why is looks and maxing bad?
For one, it projects unrealistic, very unrealistic proteges. For two, um, men, little boys, insecure. And when insecure men and little boys come together, it's not good. Trust me. For three, peptides, filler, surgery. For four, racism.
Okay. I agree with you on those things.
Oh.
Yeah. To be honest, like looks maxing stuff does help people in some type of way. Personally, me, I was overweight and I
Here we
wasn't
go.
looking my best. Okay. Personally, me, in my experience, I was overweight. I didn't love myself. I didn't like the way I looked until, like, I was scrolling and all that, and I seen videos like that, look maxing, and like I get it, like the whole thing is a little corny and everything, but I feel like it's good for the generation right now because like it brings like some type of like way to tell people like, hey, why are you settling for this type of life when you could go for more in your looks and your life? You know what I mean? And it's like it shows like there's more in life. There's more potential in yourself. So I took that seriously and I did lose a couple pounds. I feel more confident in myself. I feel more better with myself. I'm able to talk to more women now. I'm able to have have more income in my life. And it did change my life. So I know where you're coming from. Like that's the bad part of it. But there's also a good side of it where it does change somebody's life.
So yeah, I can understand that to an extent, but you got those confidence from that community. So of course you're gonna be biased on that community no matter what, because the only way that you claim that you are here today, which you claim that you're better, is from the community. But the question is, did you really need that? To be honest, because you did all the work yourself. They didn't do nothing. All they did was just telling you that, oh, you're overweight and you need to change your life. But you took the initiative to do it. So there's people like that you do not need. Because overall the community is bad. You did shit. Okay, I'm leaving. I'm leaving. No, I'm leaving. I'm embarrassed. No, but it's just like what I'm just trying to say is that like, yeah, I can understand that, you being a little biased because you feel like they got you the position that you are today. But at the end of the day, you put in that work. They didn't, you did. So, and there's other ways to do that. There's other ways to achieve that than putting yourself in the worst way possible. Like, I can say like getting an eating disorder, like I can lose weight getting an eating disorder, but is that the right way? No, there's always a right way to handle this situation, right? And I'm just going to have to say that is not the right way. Even though you feel like you're more confident, you lost a couple of pounds, at the end of the day, looks maxing is not what the idea is getting pushed out. That's not getting pushed out. How to get there and is getting pushed out way more than the literal idea. Like people are like, oh, it's for your physical appearance, but base it off of what physical appearance? It's just like very. It's not even broad. It's just not even there. The idea is not there anymore, because then it just raises the question: why can't you just do that on your own? Why do you need a community of people? Like I understand, like like to see like but you guys are not even in the same category to even be like for me example, like I was once like really insecure, not confident, and what made me like that is I had to find myself. And I've seen multiple people, but I had to put in the work myself, right? It was up to me. It wasn't, I needed to do what I needed to do to get my shit together. And I don't feel like it's the same way because If somebody's literally telling you what you have to do, like if you pay like a class or something, I feel like it wouldn't be the same. Like if you're going off of what other people instead of you generally finding yourself, it's different, you know? And that's why I don't, also a big reason why I don't like the community, because I know what it feels like to be stuck like that and not have any confidence and not looking your best. But I did it my way. I wasn't going off of other people. Unmute or get banned. Hello, hello.
Hello.
Do you know how to read?
No.
Goodbye. We don't have time for that.
Bye, sorry.
If we don't know how to read, we don't got time. Ella, why is your name like that?
I don't know, but yeah, I agree because you're basically messing up the way God made you, and it's just like really bad for the face structure. It can be bad for your like mental health or whatever.
Yeah, it just makes you much worse than what you left with. Essentially, that's like me going to the barbers and then they give me a reconstruction face surgery.
Yeah, what's up, host?
Hello.
Yeah. So can you tell me what looks maxing is in your perspective?
A subculture trend on social media young men and teenage boys follow to, quote, appear more attractive. It ranges from skincare to prosthetic surgery.
So basically, can I say something real quick?
Yeah, sure.
Yeah, so some people like cut their ends of their lips to make their mouth more wider.
Exactly.
Cut the end of their eyes where like you see that red thing to make their eyes look like hunter eyes. They restructure their face. They give themselves a sharper jawline, exactly like that person who just popped up.
Exactly.
So yeah, so I think when you're in reference to those things, that would be called hard maxing, right? But mostly when we're in reference to looks maxing, it's mostly talking about soft maxing, right? Which soft maxing doesn't proliferate significant harm, right? So we don't attribute hard maxing to that. So I would
Yeah,
say
but it's
looks
in your
maxing is gonna
community.
be
It's messed up the way God made you, though. Like,
okay, yeah. So
Alright, yeah, no.
yeah, so well, I mean, like hard maxing would be some type of like small category, right?
Yeah, I get that
but
you're
yeah,
trying
like
to
most of
remove
it.
hard
Oh, okay.
maxing from looks maxing. I know what
No, I'm
you're trying to
not.
do.
Never did that.
Oh, okay. Well,
Not
you're
doing that.
saying, well, correct me if I'm wrong, but you did state that, oh yeah, what people mainly use is soft maxing.
Yeah, yeah. They do
So,
mainly use that though, but that doesn't fully exclude hard maxing out of it. I can agree
okay,
hard
so,
maxing is in the category of looks maxing, right? But that wouldn't make it bad overall, right? So like we could say like
no, I think it's a majority.
you think hard max you
I
think
don't
people
even
majority are
separate.
hard
I
maxing?
don't even separate like the soft or hard. I just
Okay,
know
so
it's just one big thing.
okay, so you think soft maxing and hard maxing are the same thing?
I think it's one spectrum. I think when you
Well,
soft max, you will get to hard maxing. I don't think that's just like you stop because
no. But yeah,
we can
yeah.
get into
I mean,
that
I can
later.
agree
But
that I can agree that it could maybe lead to it, right? But I
an
wouldn't call them the
Orthodox
same thing.
Muslim.
Yeah, because yeah, I wouldn't call that the same thing, right? Because soft maxing is usually like temporal stuff that could like not
Going to
proliferate
sleep,
significant harm,
brushing your
right?
hair,
But
brushing your teeth is soft
oh,
maxing.
I was talking. Yeah. But like so hard maxing usually infers stuff that could like have danger to you or proliferate significant harm, right? Like surgery, right? Or like cutting the end of your cheeks, right? Those would be referenced to hard maxing, right? Because it's like doing hard stuff to your body, right? But I would say most people in the looks maxing community don't really do the hard maxing stuff unless you can show me evidence for that. But I would say typically most people do the soft maxing thing though.
Okay, your point.
Yeah, I just said my point. I don't know if you tracked it or not.
Yeah, I did, but like you're saying,
You
oh,
did? Okay, then you know my point. Go ahead.
no, but it just doesn't.
Okay, so you don't know my point. You didn't listen. Okay.
Hold
You gonna
on,
say it again?
stop. No, stop. Let me finish, okay? I mean, this doesn't refute anything that I will future say or I've had said. You're just claiming that soft maxing majority, and it's not bad. It doesn't refute anything I said.
Okay, yeah. So. Okay, yeah. So.
What?
I mean, I would typically say that. What?
It's nothing.
Yeah, I would typically say that soft maxing isn't going to be bad, right? Because then you would have to call like people, like obviously the things you name like sleeping, or showering even is bad. Obviously we wouldn't call that bad, right? But I mean, you could say that hard maxing would be bad because it's going to occur for like significant harm. But then you would have to argue for that, obviously, right? So, but when we're talking about stuff overall, I would say we're talking about majority, right?
So
Yeah,
I did.
So then the way you have to go with this is either you have to justify why soft maxing is going to be bad, and then, or you could also justify how hard maxing is going to be mostly used in the looks maxing category.
Okay, so I disagree with you. So you thinking that, oh, since you clarified something that you think I didn't already know, it's just now this is the new perception, which is not the case. So like I said, it doesn't change or refute anything because I think that there's no separations in soft maxing and hard maxing. I just know it's just one big thing, which is looks maxing. So I don't think people stop, what everyday people do. Like, I wouldn't say sleeping or brushing your hair is any kind of looks maxing because I think looks maxing is a big clump of things. It's not just one part of it, it's a big things. So when you're going to sleep, that has nothing to do with, I feel like, the whole equation, which I think looks maxing is. That's why I'm not separating it. So therefore, let me bring it to the problems, okay? So the problems is the Caucasian being the only beauty standard, racism, surgery plan to teenage boys, false, unrealistic standard to teenage boys, which you shouldn't be doing, peptides, a lot of looks maxers generalizing things that shouldn't even be generalized, even behind closed doors, like what that girl said before, like slitting their mouth. Like, you have no estimate to show me that. Okay, even though the video got like over 10 million views, that no one's doing that at home. Like, that's stuff that people do. Just because they're not making videos about it, that doesn't mean that it's just they're not doing it at home. The teenage boys.
Okay, yeah. Yeah.
Oh!
Okay.
You have to wait your turn.
I thought you were done. I'm sorry.
No, I'm talking about the people in the comments.
Okay, yeah. So, I would say showering helps your looks and like sleeping helps your looks, right? So those would be forms of soft maxing and looks maxing, right? Because looks maxing, right, is literally just like trying to maximize your looks, right? Or helping your looks out, right? So, I mean, normally like every routine, like everyday routines that people do, they are looks maxing. They just wouldn't describe it as that because they don't really know the name of it, right?
I agree
And
with.
then,
I like dudes.
So then when you also said that, showering is not soft maxing, that's just hygiene. Well,
Yeah, that's
hygiene
my
helps your
problem
looks. That would be a
too.
form
That's
of,
my
looks
problem.
maxing. Yeah. So well, hygiene, right? Having good hygiene makes you look better, so it'd be a form of looks maxing.
Yeah,
right?
just because something makes you look
so
better.
normal-
Yeah. Okay, just continue.
Yeah. Well, if it does make you look better, then that would be some type of looks maxing. But yeah. So I mean, the Caucasian is the only standard. And you said like racism. I would say that would be within the community. I can agree that they are probably racist, but that's the community, not the ideology, right? So we're talking about the ideology, right?
No.
And then well, we are talking about the ideology, not the community.
I'm not.
correct? Because you defined it. Okay, yeah. So but like yeah. So I would say soft maxing and hard maxing are two different things, right? Because they're subcategories for a reason, right? Because hard maxing is typically designed or typically assigned as peripheralating significant harm, right? So that's why it's called hard, right? So you're doing something hard to your body that might harm it. And then soft maxing, right, is stuff that wouldn't do that, right? So I feel like we should take into account those different categories because but when you do describe that looks maxing is bad, I feel like you're just talking about the hard maxing, and I feel like we have to distinguish those two.
I don't associate taking a shower and skincare as looks maxing. So I don't even think the soft maxing would even be put in looks maxing in general. Just because you
Okay.
think improving your looks.
Okay. Yeah. So that's Zeta. Bro, what? Okay, yeah. So well, showering does help your looks. I'm pretty sure we can agree with that, right? So but looks maxing is literally just trying to improve your looks. So I would say that would be a form of looks maxing. Yeah.
Okay, so this is the issue. I feel like what y'all do is so to try to make it more normalized that you just take literally anything that people do that can be beneficial to themselves, maybe like improving the way they look in some degree, you associate with looks maxing. Now there are reasons why people don't like to be associated with the looks maxing, whether you feel like it's soft or hard. It's because the negative thing that comes along with it, which is the things I mentioned prior. So people don't separate parts of the looks maxing. They just look at the bigger picture. They don't say, oh, soft maxing and then hard maxing, right? People only in the community do that. So the outsiders looking in who don't like to be associated with that, they're not saying, oh, soft maxing. That's what you guys put on other people. And these things already existed prior to looks maxing. So since this is a new terminology that people use, you just feel the need to just put it in every circumstance that's benefiting someone's looks, because you can look good without being a part of looks maxing. So I don't know why I wouldn't. There's certain characteristics that people do in different communities. So I don't know why you're applying it just as to everyone, because not everyone wants to be associated with this thing. Even though what you feel, it doesn't matter what you feel. It matters what it is.
Yeah. So I would say showering helps your looks. I would say that would be a form of looks maxing. Right?
I know
Because
what
the
you
whole
say, but that's
thing
just
of
not how it is. You just told me that
yeah,
multiple
so
times.
yeah. Also, the reason outsiders looking in, right? I mean, they do soft max, but they just don't call it soft maxing. They just call it like they call it basic hygiene or just routines, right? Which is basically just synonymous because they basically mean the same thing. And then so they're doing soft maxing, but they just don't know the terminology, right? So I could be doing something, or I could be talking about something without knowing like the best terminology. That wouldn't mean I'm not doing it, right? So you
Exactly.
said you mentioned stuff prior, right? Like I think you're talking about the racist stuff, and that would be the community you're talking about, right? So like we're talking about the ideology because you defined it as the ideology thing. So yeah, I
No,
feel
the
like we would
community
be
is
talking.
horrible.
Yeah, I can agree that the community's like bad, right? But we're talking about the ideology, not the community.
No, absolutely.
But
No, it's
I
not
just wanna, like,
absolutely. Not at
okay,
all.
yeah. But so I think you just haven't fulfilled the burden I put on you. But like, yeah. So I'll re-say it. So I think that either, or no, hold on. What you said was that like you put them in both categories, and then I kind of already told you how there's
I didn't even
subcategories
see a
and why we have
category.
to. Oh yeah.
I didn't-
So
Oh my god.
so yeah. So I try to make the distinction right between soft maxing and hard maxing, and then
Hey, ding
obviously.
ding.
Okay. Yeah. So I try to make the distinction between hard maxing and soft maxing, and then you, I think you didn't like realize that there's like a distinction between the two, or maybe you didn't
No,
acknowledge it. Maybe.
so just
right?
because
But there
you
is.
view something, that doesn't mean the whole world has to form to what you view something. You get that, right?
Bro.
Yeah.
Like,
I didn't say that, but
Okay.
usually.
No, but that's what
usually,
you're implying.
Yeah. No.
You
So
just
I'm
implied
saying
that.
one more in reference. Yeah, one more in reference to the looks maxing, right? We have to talk about what's in the looks maxing paradigm and what different terminologies are being used, right? And the hard
Yeah,
maxing
I
and
don't have
soft
to
maxing
form for
terminologies
it.
being. Yeah. So well, if we're in reference to looks maxing, right? We obviously have to talk about stuff in looks maxing. And soft
Yeah, but that
maxing
doesn't
and
mean
hard
I have to
maxing are.
identify the same way. Like, that's the point you're not getting. So
Okay, yeah,
I
but
never said
yeah,
I'm
I'm saying.
only looking towards the idea. I never said that because I literally said showering is not is associated with looks maxing whatsoever. Even though I
It's
said
hygiene.
I get that it could improve your looks to some degree, but I don't view looks maxing as just improving your looks. There's a whole thing that comes with it than just putting on shoes, because that will probably improve your looks to some degree. But would you think that's looks maxing? Going to sleep?
Yeah.
Yeah, sure.
No, like no, you wouldn't,
Okay, yeah.
because there's way
So,
more to looks maxing than just your attractiveness, which you're not getting. Okay, the community falls with it. Like if you look at the definition, it doesn't say correcting one's appearance. It has a literal full definition of what the community does. Okay, not just appealing to whatever you feel like is attractive. So
yeah. Yeah. So I'm saying that, like, obviously you don't have to like uphold to the terminology I'm using when I say half maxing and soft maxing, but I'm saying you should acknowledge it because there is a huge distinction, right, between soft maxing and hard maxing, right? But like you would usually call soft maxing, right, is just basic hygiene and taking care of yourself.
I don't
But,
call
I
nothing
feel
like that.
Oh my god.
Okay. But I said typically, but it's okay if you don't, right? So
Okay.
I feel like that when like usually people or like maybe you, right? But we can clarify this after, I think, right? So I feel like there's a distinction, obviously, because I feel like that soft maxing and just doing like basic hygiene stuff, like brushing your teeth or going to sleep, like these typical things are associated with soft maxing, right? Even though that you don't assign soft maxing to these things, it still would be synonymous
Yeah,
and
like-
soft maxing, right? But even if you don't want to acknowledge the term, then you would have to prove that. Well, okay, hold on. Well, I'm saying we should. Yeah. So, hold on. I'm saying we should acknowledge it because there's a huge distinction, and what you call like maybe basic hygiene or whatever, right? Is just soft maxing, but you're not calling it soft maxing. You understand?
Yeah, but that's not how it should go. And that's not categorized as that either. It's called hygiene for a
Yeah, yeah,
Oh
reason.
my god, the
So-
hygiene's like also a form of looks maxing. It's soft
chill,
Be-
maxing.
Yeah, chill
yeah,
out for
yeah.
a second.
I'm
So
saying, I'm saying we,
this is
okay,
this is the problem, okay? You guys keep on trying to get this out there, and people are not allowing it to get out there. People, like you said before, and you agree that people don't like to associate people, doing the basic things of what you do as a human to any type of degree other than hygiene, because of the negative things that come with looks maxing as a whole. So people don't even know what soft or hard looks maxing is. They just look at what they see and they just observe it to be just generally looks maxing, because that's the category that is under looks maxing. It's not separated from the word, and that's what you're really trying to do, right? And the majority of the people do the surgeries and the harder things, right? Because why would it get 1 million likes if you're just simply taking a shower and combing out your hair? The reason why it's so famous is because of the disgusting things that people do and popularize to their teenage audience. And that's why I view that as bad. So we can go on and on about what I feel like is just basic and what you feel like it just deserves a different category for some reason. I don't want to get into that right now. I want to get into the bad. Period.
Yeah,
Oh my
so,
god, bro.
Yeah. Obviously, you
Period.
wouldn't. Yeah, obviously you wouldn't get into the bad stuff, right? And but
Yes,
you're saying it's
please.
bad overall, which we would have to say that.
Thank you. I love you, girl.
Okay, yeah. So, for you to say it's bad overall, you would have to prove that mostly it's bad. And I feel like the
Exactly.
reason you think it's mostly bad is because it gets like the famous people, right? So it gets famous because people think it's weird, right? Like the hard mac thing. They think
Exactly.
That's
Thank
weird
you.
and
No, they
outrageous,
think it's
right?
dangerous.
And the internet, yeah, weird and dangerous, like typical stuff like that, right? So I mean,
Yeah, big
obviously,
difference.
Obviously, these soft maxing stuff, right, isn't gonna get famous because this is typical hygiene stuff, right? So
Yes.
they wouldn't think too much of it, right? But the internet loves this like weird, disgusting stuff or whatever. So obviously, it's gonna get famous, right? And also, I'm saying we don't have to call the hygiene stuff soft maxing, but we should make a distinction between hard maxing of this basic hygiene / soft maxing stuff. You understand? Because I feel like there is a huge distinction because one can proliferate significant harm and one doesn't. So yeah. But I understand that outsiders might view it as or they might do like a hasty generalization because they see the famous people online doing the hard maxing stuff. and they might assign it to like the whole looks max group, right? Because that's what our brains do. They do hasty generalizations like that, like automatically. So like if we'd see like people in this community doing weird stuff and disgusting stuff, we would like subconsciously slowly assign it to like the other people in the community, maybe not like fully, but like, you know, a little bit, right? So it's because that they're typically most famous in that category because it's obviously disgusting and weird to you, right? So
No, too
I'm
many.
saying, okay,
Bro.
yeah. So I'm saying we should make a distinction because there is a huge distinction, and that distinction, right, is important because that the soft maxing stuff and the hard maxing stuff are really different, right? So the difference is going to mean a lot in this debate because we're looking at it from an overall perspective. So we're saying what's mostly bad about this, right? So then either you have to prove that soft maxing is just as bad as hard maxing, or you would have to prove that most people in the community are doing the hard maxing stuff.
Yeah, I'm gonna do with number 2. So, looks maxing has gained a very large audience over the time that has been existing on the main platform, which is TikTok, right? And the following that they have is teenage boys. Now, when these popular looks maxing people get a lot of likes, a million likes, a lot of comments, and they're mostly not people who are not outside the community coming in and they just see it. They're usually in the community already or trying to be a part of it, which are teenage boys. They like it, they get a million views or something like that. So why it's bad is because you don't know what goes down behind closed doors. Not every looks maxer has a TikTok account, right? Especially if they're underage and they're a teenage child. So what I'm saying is that they are definitely some people taking inspo from what you categorize hard maxing and doing it themselves. And people who are outside looking in know this because they're children at the end of the day. And if they think, oh, this is really cool, I'm going to do the same thing behind closed doors and not tell my mom. Okay, that's why it's on the news. And that's why people don't like to be associated with it, because they know that the children are getting involved and that is dangerous, not just weird. Dingaling.
Bro.
Yeah. Okay. So I feel like they did a slippery slope fallacy, right? So
Oh my God,
and
bro.
you also did it. You okay?
Just let him speak.
Yeah, just
Like,
tell
let
me
him
what I
speak.
did to you instead of addressing.
Yeah, so you did yeah, I'll address it. Yeah, so I don't think you proved that most people are doing the hard maxing stuff. I feel like you made a first hasty generalization. Second, I think you did a slippery slope fallacy. So obviously we already addressed why why people are gonna like the videos, right? It's because they think it's weird or disgusting, right? And then I think you made a slippery slope because you said they're liking it, and then some might take inspo, right? So, and then do it behind closed doors, right? But you haven't proved that most of them are doing this. So, I'm still waiting for you to prove that most people are doing this hard max and stuff. Because we're talking about overall, right? So we're talking about mostly. So you need to prove that most people are doing this hard maxing stuff. Go ahead.
Okay, so again, I mean, you're not addressing the point.
Bro,
Because I don't
like,
know why you're so clear on like direct, like trying to make it in different categories instead of just addressing the problem. I mean, I don't know where you get from doing that because it doesn't change my mind. Oh, the things I don't see on my For You page, which is considered an everyday thing, I must talk about that too. No, I'm just going to talk about the dangerous parts, which is the things that get a million views, and I guarantee that a lot of people most likely are going to take inspo from because the guy is attractive to them or whatever. So it just still doesn't address my point. I don't know what's your point saying, oh, what kind of fallacy I did. I mean, okay, but just address my point.
okay, but you are also generalizing a whole entire community rather than giving solid proof or evidence.
Yeah, I do think you did a generalization also, but I don't think the dangerous parts are mostly happening. So even if it gets famous on like social media or whatever, I don't think most people are doing it just because of that, right? So to address the point, right, and I think I have, like, to address the point, do think we have to make a distinction between the soft maxing and the hard maxing. Otherwise, then we would just have to be putting those in the same category, right? Which I would disagree with because I feel like there's a huge difference between the two. And within the looks maxing community, they do make a huge difference, right? So I feel like when we're looking in the looks maxing paradigm, they make this distinction, so we should make this distinction too. And even if you don't want to call soft maxing, if you just want to call it basic hygiene or anything, I do feel like there's a distinction between that and hard maxing too. I do think I addressed the point because but like I don't think if it gets famous on social. Okay,
Oh my
can you tell
God,
me?
bro.
Okay, can you tell me what I haven't addressed, please?
So what you're still stuck on till this moment, right? It's been 22 minutes, is separating the category, and you're trying to force me to separate something that I don't see fit. So why would I even separate it, okay? I don't know why you're trying to get me to understand something that I already understand. That's why I'm not making the separation, okay? For two, stop. Get the help. Also, wait, I remember what I was going to say. You were talking about, focus on the idea, what they have. No, I'm going to focus on the community. Because looks maxing wouldn't even be called that if it wasn't the community. If it was generally about looking good, people do that on their own. People look good without looks maxing being involved. Before looks maxing even existed, people were looking good. So thinking that, it's the idea, no, the community comes with it.
Yeah. So, I mean, looks maxing did exist before it was named. It just wasn't called looks maxing. So, like, if we look at like a chair, right? Imagine like a couple hundred years ago, if we have a chair. If we don't name it a chair, the chair still exists, right? So the concept is still going to exist, even though we haven't named it, right? So, I also have a question. So, why don't you see the categories fit, like the distinction between hard maxing and soft maxing?
Well, because I don't view looks maxing as just the statement such as looking good. I don't see it as that. I view it as the whole thing, which would include everything, okay? Not just one part, the whole thing. And the whole thing wouldn't be summed up to just looking attractive. It will be looking attractive to other men in the worst way possible, in the dangerous way possible. That's what I feel what the word would be. So again, like, I don't understand, like, why do you constantly want me to do that? I can't do that, so we have to move on. Okay?
Yeah, but okay, I'm saying that even when we reference looks maxing, we are including hard maxing and soft maxing, but I'm saying overall, people do soft maxing, right? So you still haven't provided the proof for like most people are doing a hard maxing because like I mean that would be your only argument that the hard maxing is bad.
Like,
because we already agree that showering.
I already told you.
That's
Showering
the
is
only
okay.
argument.
Okay, yeah. So, okay, listen. So I'm gonna try to steal
Did you hear
what
me?
I think you're. I'm gonna try to steal what the argument I think you're doing. So you're saying.
No, I already said it before.
Yeah, I'm gonna try to steal it though. Do you know what that is or no?
Just go.
Okay, yeah. So I think you're making a generalization, right? And I think that when you say that looks maxing is bad, I think you're talking about the typical point from hard maxing, right? And that it gets famous on like social media. So I think you're doing a hasty generalization on the ideology that it's only hard maxing or whatever. But I'm saying there is a huge distinction, right? So one more reference to looks maxing, we are including hard maxing and soft maxing, but if we want to get more meta into it, right? Or if we want to say, this is bad, but that's in the category of hard maxing, right? So if, like, imagine we see a person hard maxing, right? Like they're smashing their face with like a hammer or whatever, like hard maxing, right? That's also looks maxing. But if we see a person soft maxing, they would also be looks maxing, but they're soft maxing. So it wouldn't be actually hard maxing, right? But I'm saying we have to make the distinction because there's a huge difference between it. And you agree that soft maxing is not bad, right? Because you already
It's not
agreed
soft
to it.
maxing.
Okay, whatever you want to call it. If you want to call it basic hygiene or whatever, right? So,
Yeah, basic hygiene.
yeah, sure. So
Basic
You just
hygiene.
don't like to be wrong.
I'm so quick of calling you multiple names. I'm so quick to do that right now. Be
Who, me?
quiet. Yes.
All right.
Yeah.
All right.
to
So
summarize it,
you
I
didn't
think-
even hear
I
my
think you're making a
point.
hasty
No, but you
generalization.
didn't even see my evidence. Okay. So let me tell you why
There's
soft
no
max.
evidence that you have.
Let me finish.
Show me the
Let me
evidence.
finish.
Show us
Ding
it.
dings dings. Let me finish.
ding.
Okay.
Yeah, bro, ding ding, let her
Ding, ding.
finish. Ding ding, come on.
Yo, my bad.
So the
Ding,
reason
ding,
why. So the reason why
Ding ding, be quiet, bro. Stop talking over her. Alright, ding ding.
yellow person, please be
My bad,
quiet.
bro. My bad. Ding,
Ding
ding,
ding,
out.
chill. Ding ding, chill,
And
bro.
5, 4, 3, 2, 1. Who wants to talk first?
Ding ding, you can go.
No, I'm gonna talk. So be quiet. And then if you don't, I'm just gonna let somebody else talk.
Okay, I'm sorry.
So, again, the reason why there's no separation is because people who do that don't even claim they're doing that. And there's a majority of people who have basic hygiene. There's actually a lot. Okay, so you cannot base a lot of proportion into your little category of looks maxing, okay?
Oh my
So
god. Did you
firstly,
just hear a single
now,
word that guy
now
said?
let me say something else. The evidence
You
that I
would
have.
totally have no information that the guy
Stop
said.
talking. Why do
Respectfully.
I even have you up here? Hold on. Let me just get you down.
Fuck
I
you,
forgot
man.
I forgot that was an option, okay?
Oh my,
So
what a ding ding. Like I said,
yeah,
I'm sorry for him.
honestly,
I'm
yeah.
so sorry for him.
It's okay.
I'm so sorry for him.
So
He's
the
a ding
reason
ding.
why this is bad in the majority is because what's being popularized is the things that people do not do on a daily basis, but you would classify as soft maxing. And what's getting popularized and what's getting influenced to children for the millions of likes and the teenage boys being in the community already, not for the soft maxing, because they did that way before they even knew about the community, is for the hard maxing. Okay, so that is the statistic. If it gets 1 million likes, it doesn't matter if there's no video about every single person who liked that video. There's going to be some people doing that, especially in the community. They're going to take it and do it. That's just what they do because it's a trend. It's classified as a trend. Looks maxing is a trend, and what is a trend? People do. People take from. So the reason why I'm not making that distinction for the 1,000th time is because everyone does soft maxing to you. So that's not going to be taken as just in a different category when the majority of the people do it. So it's not just going to be placed in one because there's a lot of different hygiene methods, okay? So it's not going to be put in one little community that barely nobody knows about unless you're on TikTok, because majority of the people, everyone on this planet does hygiene.
Okay, yeah. So the first thing you said, just because someone doesn't claim it doesn't mean they're doing it, right? Like I could say I'm killing someone, or no, I could say,
oh my
like,
god,
I could be killing someone, right? Oh, okay. Do you want me to say the analogy, or do you want me to say a different thing?
No, you already said this. I was just making it clear. I don't want to go back and forth with the same thing. I already heard what you said.
Okay, I didn't even say this yet. Sure. Yeah. So you're saying it's bad because it got popularized, whatever. Like the hard maxing got popularized, but like the looks maxing is called a trend because it got popularized for the hard maxing, right? Obviously,
no,
wouldn't
it's
have
called
got,
a trend because
yeah,
people do it.
Yeah, yeah.
That's
Wait,
what
you
a
think
trend
everything-
is.
You think everything someone does is a trend?
If a lot of people do
what are we
it
taking
back
a
to
trend to
back, it's a trend. Something that people do.
Sure,
Not people
well,
just
we can say
observe.
that.
That's
Sure.
not a
Yeah, we
trend.
could just say that. Yeah, I feel like wait, what are we taking a trend to be in this situation?
When somebody physically does something, not when somebody observes it, not when a lot of people observed it. They're not doing a trend.
Okay, hold on. If I like move my hand a little bit, is that a trend?
If you allow like 50 other people do it, like dance trends, like makeup trends, that's actions. That's what a trend an action, not an observable
trend?
thing. Yes.
Okay, so yeah, then me moving my hand up and down right now would be a trend, correct?
If you posted it and a lot of people do the same movement, yes.
Okay, so I have to post it and people have to popularize it. Okay, yeah. So I feel like I feel like it's categorized as a trend, right? because I feel like it got popularized for its hard maxing, right? Because we already went over this of why the hard maxing got famous and not the soft maxing, right? Now I didn't. You said you made a statistic or something like that. You didn't show me any statistic. You just I think you said because.
Did I say I made a statistic?
Yeah, you did. You said that's a statistic. Good.
Okay, so listen, when something gets liked and it's a trend, right? And it gets different people do it and get the same type of views and likes because it's a trend. Who are you to say that doesn't happen behind closed doors? Like the people who like the video, who are you to say that they don't do the same thing because it's a trend? Especially if they're in the community.
Okay, so I think this whole thing is just a logical leap then. Yeah. So I think this whole thing is a logical leap.
fallacy.
Oh, yeah, so, okay, yeah, so even if I grant that if people see hard maxing and they do it, it's not going to make majority of looks maxing bad overall because majority of them are not doing it. Even if I grant like some people, right, it's not going to make all of them like majority, right? So I would say this would be a logical leap because you're just saying, I don't think you really have any evidence for like people behind closed doors. Like you kind of just said, like people behind closed doors or whatever. So we can't really prove that, right? So I feel like this would be just like a logical leap because
You can make a logical conclusion to it.
A logical conclusion? No, I feel like this would be more.
Do you know
in
Charli
reference to a
D'Amelio?
logical leap because I would say this would be more in reference to a logical leap.
Let me just give you an
I don't think we
example.
have actually evidence. Yeah, because I don't think we have actual evidence of the people behind closed doors.
I do, because I can make a logical interjection real quickly. So, do you know who Charli D'Amelio is? Do you know of her?
Yeah, but I would like you to address my point about.
Yeah, I am. Give me a second. So, she is a dance creator. She had trends. She made dance trends, right? So, you cannot claim if she gets like 15 million likes on one video that no one's doing that at home. Like no one's going to do the same thing that she's doing, especially if it's so popularized and there's multiple TikToks of it, right? And there's a certain subspace on TikTok who like obviously is going to be done. If it's getting liked and if people are doing it and it's being popularized, right? Barely any hate, by the way. People are going to do it at home. I was doing it at home. So it's just a logical, something gets a lot of views, a lot of likes, other people are doing it. Why not I do the same thing at home? Like, obviously, it's done.
Yeah. So, that's not what I
Clock
actually
that
said.
T, clock that T.
Yeah, so that's not what I actually said. So, I granted that some people probably are going to do it, right? So, I literally said, even if I grant some people, that doesn't make all of them, or like most of them, right? So I granted that some people probably are going to do like this hard maxing, or in reference to the Charli D'Amelio situation, probably some people are probably going to do the dances, right? But I said that doesn't make most people, that doesn't mean most people in the looks maxing thing, or like that looks max. That doesn't mean most of them are going to hard max. You understand? So I can repeat it in a more simplified version. So,
but by
I'm
your
saying that-
definition, they already do soft maxing.
Yeah, that's why I say, yeah, that's why I said we have to make the distinction. That's why I was trying to push on that point a little bit. Because, like, I'm saying we shouldn't, just put looks maxing and hard maxing in the same category because they're drastically different, right?
Yeah, so,
and
who's...
what you would call soft maxing, or no, I mean, what I would call soft maxing.
Who is going to address my point correctly, right? Comment down below.
Yeah, I got you. So I addressed your point, right? So
No,
you
you
made an
don't.
analogy, and I'm telling you. Yeah,
No, you
so made an
didn't.
analogy. Listen. Yeah, I got you. So you made an analogy of the Charli D'Amelio thing, right? So that
No, my point of why it's bad, you keep on trying to separate. I'm talking about racism, plastic surgery, all that stuff, and you just never addressing it.
Wait, hold on. Yeah, so in the analogy you made, right? Wait, hold on. Yeah, about all those things, I understand that that's some in the community. It doesn't mean most people are doing it, right? So I need an argument for that. Second, that's one.
I
burden
just
on you,
did.
right? And then another thing. No, you didn't. Okay, listen. So
You're just not tracking it
even what I said-
correctly.
Yeah, so well, I don't think you tracked what I said because you made an analogy which wasn't analogous to what I said, right? Because I said even if I grant some people, that doesn't mean most people are doing this thing, right? So,
I'm
and then you made the
listen,
analogy of
Yellow,
no people doing
listen,
it.
Yellow,
Understand?
listen. I'm
Okay,
saying that
hold on.
people are already,
Just
by
so I
your
can know that
definition,
you're tracking,
no,
can you steal my
people,
argument?
no,
Can you steal
people
my
are
argument?
already
You see, you don't want to steal
doing
my argument.
what no, you're just repeating the same thing. That's what I'm trying to say one more time for you.
Okay, can you steal my argument? What I just said?
You're saying, oh, you
Repeat
have
back to
no
me.
statistics
That's
to
not what I said.
classify it
It's
as
not
the
what I said. It's not what I said.
Shut. Please be quiet for a second.
It's not. I'm sorry. I'm sorry. But I didn't say that though.
You said you have no proof of the majority, so I'm just going to completely skip on the fact that some people do this still, and those are the videos getting more popularized. Those are the videos taking over the everyone's eye about the community. Those are videos that people look upon, but you're going to completely skip that fact because you think, oh, since it's not the majority, so I'm not going to talk about that because it's not the majority. What the fuck?
Because we're talking about the majority because in your statement or in your topic you said in bad overall.
Oh my god, bro, I need a break. So since it's not the majority, I'm not talking about it. Fuck.